Hello, everybody, and welcome to a unique episode of Everyday EDC. My name is Tyler, and today we are doing a video by request on if I could only have one knife, what would I keep? Let's keep this one simple. This is an apocalypse situation, as Metal Complex would say. This isn't any particular situation. We are looking for one overall. Let me move the camera so you guys can see the overall situation, right? Something that overall is just an overall good knife that you can keep. So I'm going to start eliminating these. I'm going to try to eliminate it very quickly and kind of move from there. Let's assume in this scenario everything is relatively normal, but I need a knife that can do everything. Okay, so that is the basis of this scenario here. We're going to start, and I'm going to just kind of randomly pick. So the X-Arc, love it, but it does not feel like it'll last forever. I mentioned that it's a quality feel, but I feel like the moment I break this blade, if that's my forever blade, it's done, and I feel like I'm going to break this blade. Same thing kind of with McKenna. The blade is awesome, but if it's my forever knife and I'm to carry this every day, I feel like I will probably eventually break that blade. Elementum's not a bad choice. My Elementum is, I screwed it up. But overall, Elementum is not a bad choice. But if I had to have a forever knife, I'm going to be full disclosure. I'm probably going to want a 3.5 inch to 4 inch knife just out of sake of having it. This is my James brand Folsom, which I haven't done a review on yet. I don't know if I want to because we'll get into that later. But again, a smaller knife. The action on it's not very good, but it's pretty basic. The blade shape's okay. Blade shape comes into it too. My Wee Practic. I haven't really. I feel super gummy. I haven't really used this all that much, and I don't know that I'm going to. It's my only M390 blade. That being said, it's kind of one of those blades that I was super excited to get. And once I had it in my hands, realistically, it doesn't feel as quality as Civivi. So I'm just going to throw that one out there. The Dogma. This is a great knife. This is fantastic. This kind of meets almost the 3.5 inch scenario. You can fidget with it. I don't know if I'm going to hold on to this knife or sell it, but I can tell you just out of sheer subconsciousness, I don't carry this after my review. I don't know what it is. The action on it's great. The fidget factor is fun. It's a great knife. It's sleek. It's slender. I don't know that if I have a break feel on it or anything. I don't have anything against it, but I can tell you I probably won't carry it forever. Or my forever knife. This Tatera. This might have been a candidate in the past, but the ball detent on it comes super weak, which is fine, but over time that's going to wear quicker, right? The blade shape's okay. Everything about this knife is okay. If you remember my previous videos, I used to love it. Now it's just okay to me. I mean, even the ergos, which are supposed to, they feel good. I don't know if I like, and this is going to sound a little bad because I think one of my top choices is going to have this, but this one feels weird. Like the flat, I don't know if I would rather have a little bit more meat in it. Yeah. My Duros, you're going to stay out here. I don't know about my Duros. I know it's a shorter knife. It doesn't meet that criteria, but obviously everybody knows I love it. My ProTech Newport. I don't know that I would ever keep an automatic knife as a forever knife, just because it doesn't fit a lot of scenarios. It's the perfect size, but automatic just has something associated with it that I feel like if I were to go certain places, there would be an issue. And I don't want my one and only knife to have that issue. The Spyderco Tenacious, awesome knife, but everything about this knife is awesome. I almost just cut myself because I'm used to the Mannix. But that being said, it's a cheaper version of some other knives that I even have my hands on one of them right here. The Mannix 2. It fulfills the role, and then some other Tenacious. Same thing with the Para 2. And this thing's not broken in at all. I literally got this as a review knife. I have never carried this. So by virtue of that fact, it has nothing to do with whether or not I like the knife. I see it's like I haven't done anything with it. I probably need to clean it up. Get off the table. Go. Here. Come here. You're gonna get cut, dum-dum. So, you know, just because I haven't carried it, I'm not gonna make an opinion on that yet. My Rat 2, once again, I don't carry this knife that much for a multitude of reasons. I'm a reviewer, so the knives that I carry, I have a really strong love and respect and everything for. Not that this doesn't. This has a lot of great things going for it, obviously. But being a review knife, I haven't even reviewed this knife. I just used it as a comparison knife. So I don't have enough with that. Not to mention that's the AUS 8 version, just to give a size reference. So you guys already know my views on the Plethoros. Great blade shape, but not my forever knife. Not my one and only. I keep calling it a forever knife. I wouldn't say it's forever, but the Shredder. This one I'm going to leave out. I don't think it's going to make it, but there's a lot of things to love about the Shredder. My backlash naturally is going to get left out. This is the Feldspar. So the Feldspar, uniquely enough, I will compare and probably have a battle with the backlash about. While the backlash is lighter, the Feldspar feels like it would last longer. But I haven't carried this yet. I only got it just to get one because I know I'm going to want one. And as far as want to review when I get to the CRJV lineup. And unfortunately, at this point in time, I have yet to make really any opinions on it other than that it's better than the Centros, which leads me to the Centros. What the Centros does, the Feldspar does better all around. Better action. Ergonomics, I don't know yet, but everything about the Centros is great, or good, but everything about the Feldspar is great. The Krag. Oh, the Krag. What to say about the Krag? Haven't really reviewed this knife yet either. Not a forever knife. It's a unique knife, and I'm keeping it just like the Bull Mastiffs, which aren't on this table, by the way, and I forgot about those, but those aren't forever knives either, just full disclosure. But the Krag is kind of like another novelty situation. This is my DEF CON Kabuto that I got. Hold on, did I say this name yet? The Duhruss? The Duhruss. D-U-H-R-U-S-S. Duhruss. There it is. Duhruss. I love this thing. I've been carrying it more, and it's taken the place of my Manix 2, but it hasn't taken its place. I just wanted to carry this knife, and I have one large, one small on me almost at all times for no reason other than the fact that I want to carry knives. I love this knife, but I don't love it as much as the Manix 2. It feels like a higher quality. You got some cool stuff to it. I don't know if quality is the right word, but it's not a forever knife to me, and I feel like I'm eventually going to break this lock bar because this thing, I gave it to a guy at work. He didn't know how to freaking close it, and he jammed this in there, and he was able to slide it all the way through. Not all the way through, but to the point where I had to wedge it back out. I feel like that lock bar would break. We'll leave the Praxis out there. As I said, small knives, my forever knife. The Falcon, I love this thing, but it's even smaller than the Duhruss. It's even smaller than the Duhruss, and I don't know. I feel like if I'm gonna keep the Duhruss out there, I should keep that, and the Governor later. So it's down to these 6. What the hell is that? Freaking sharpening goo on the end of it. So, as I said, I wanted a larger blade, and just thinking about it out loud, I'm going to get rid of the Duhruss and the Falcon, just because I said I wanted a larger blade. The Shredder, as I said, probably won't make it. The ergos on it are just fine. The fidgetability is just fine. But, I don't know. It's just not my forever knife. The Praxis. Love the Praxis. Everything about the Praxis is freaking great. But I like my backlash more just out of sheer like. And that's what I'm kind of getting down to with a lot of these. I made excuses to get down to these 2 knives. As you can see as I went through my knives, I made excuses on which one's going to be my forever. So it's down to the backlash and the Manix. So what I love about this backlash is that It looks classy. The action on is great. The ergos are fantastic. And it is sleek enough to not be obnoxious, but big enough to still feel like I have a full-size knife on me. The Manix 2, the fidget factor is off the charts. You can do anything you want with this freaking guy. Like fidgeting, I've spent triple the amount of time fidgeting with my Manix 2 than I have any other knife in my collection. We'll go to the cool things about this is, as you can see, customize, like the ability to customize it. These are new scales, these are new screws. I got a new pocket clip, but it was a deep carry, and a deep carry on a Manix feels stupid and it loses its fidgetability, FYI. So I'll probably be getting a black pocket clip with like a little skull on it or something. Not that I'm into that, but it kind of looks cool with a knife. And these are both ergonomically great. The Manix is probably the best ergos that you'll feel in a knife. Like I said, this has great ergos, but it's smaller, and you know, I said I wanted a full-size knife. Realistically, it comes down to which one am I going to break first. If I was not cheap, but I didn't want to invest my money on knives, blah, 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 blah. Things that'll break on this ball bearing lock. And that's really about it, right? The lockback's great. The blade is relatively thick. And as you can see, the difference there. What am I going to break on this knife? You know, see, I don't even know. I'm pretty sure this isn't on bearings either. That would be stupid to have a ball bearing lock on bearings. But the bearings on this will eventually get gummed up and they turn into a pain in the ass, and they really make it pissy to deal with. The other thing is, if I were to compare the blades, this is a much better blade shape. But the downside to this is the carry, right? The carry on this sucks. It doesn't suck, you get used to it, but I don't know. The carry on this sucks. That being said, as you can tell, me telling you that I've carried this knife for much longer than any other knife, I'm going to go on record to say, once again, deep carry knives are way overrated. 110% overrated. Are they nice? They're great. Don't get me wrong. But ergonomically, I mean, it's all on what feels best in the hand, right? You know, I think deep carry fits a lot into ergonomics and the way that that's shaped, and you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think we overvalue the use of deep carry pocket clips. For the fact that this blade's thinner, it adds for a slicier situation. It sharpens up easier than S30V. This is 9CR18 MOV. I'm gonna break it. If I had to make a decision, I feel like I would break my backlash over my Praxis. So, who's the ultimate guy here? The Manix 2. I haven't reviewed this yet. It's overly reviewed. There's not much of a point for me to review it, other than for the people that want to see it, that actually watch this channel on a consistent basis. As far as traffic to the channel, it won't really bring any traffic. I don't really care to review this yet. I'm not on a Spyderco kick. The knives like the Defcon Kabuto, the reason I'm going to review these is because I don't know how long I intend to keep them. The Spydercos, I mean, I have a Tenacious that nobody will buy anyways because it's only $40, and I've used the crap out of it. I have a PM2 that's brand new that I'll never sell until I get out of the YouTube channel thing, because I don't see a reason to keep it after that, but for the YouTube channel. But I mean, everybody loves the PM2. Ergos on it are good. The G10 is sticky, but, and by sticky I mean, it's grippy. And the compression lock is apparently great, but I haven't used it enough to really get used to a compression lock. Yeah, so I forgot why I went on a tangent, but the reason that I haven't reviewed them is basically I'm not onto those knives yet. I'm trying to do them in batch, but I am doing the mass drop knives as they come out, because you've got to jump on those mass drop knives, or else they're going to be another year before you get a chance to buy them at that price. You can go out and buy them, but you're not going to get them at that price. All right, guys. So the Manix 2, my forever carry knife. Justin. my Manix 2, my forever carry. But it's kind of disheartening to make me do that. I don't it makes me feel sad because the knives that I love, like my Backlash, kind of get the shaft, but they're not really getting the shaft. I mean, they are my forever knives because I don't have to make that decision. But because I'm making this decision, Manix 2 all the way. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Everyday EDC. My name is Tyler. Stay safe, stay sharp, stay out of the freaking riots. Don't, wear your mask, all that happy horse shit. Have a good day, guys.